I can never really construct the idea of love. I just said it to my friends when I left school, saying, "Alright, see you tomorrow, bro, love you," and never really thought much of it. However, growing into my teenage years, being 13 right now, I understand slightly that love can mean so much more than just saying it to your friends. It can change a person's whole life. And that is why today, when I got the word love as my example, I automatically thought of three things. One, the timeless classic Romeo and Juliet, and how their love stood the test of time. Two, Barack and Michelle Obama, and how they transcended a nation. And three, we'll look at a different way of love in Phineas and Ferb, from the hit Disney TV show, Phineas and Ferb. Now, let's look at Romeo and Juliet. Though they may not have the best ending story in the world, the story itself concerning the two is an absolute magic. Now, I understand that Romeo and Juliet can send mixed messages to couples, and if you're reading that play, then you probably shouldn't take most of the advice. However, when you think of two lovers and how their love was so strong not even death could keep them apart, you should automatically probably think of Romeo and Juliet. When Shakespeare wrote this, I didn't think that after years and years and decades, this would still be one of the most relevant things in pop culture. However, it is. And we should thank Shakespeare for bringing all these amazing plays to the world, but especially Romeo and Juliet. Now, let's look at Barack and Michelle Obama. First things first, being the first black couple in the White House is an absolutely amazing thing. However, the things that these two people did while they were in their 8 years is even more amazing. With Barack leading a great nation and doing some amazing things in his time, and Michelle helping the world get more fit and more active, these two go together like peanut butter and jelly. And everybody is glad that they graced us with their presence at the helm of the White House for 8 glorious years. Now, let's move on to my final example, which is Phineas and Ferb from the Disney TV show. Now, when people think of love, they think of couples holding hands together on Valentine's Day. But when I think of love, I think of me and my sibling. And that's why I love this show so much. Phineas and Ferb is a very cute couple. They're a brother and an adopted brother. And yeah, their sister Candace may be annoying sometimes and rat him out constantly. But as we've seen, deep down, Candace loves her two brothers and the rest of her family. And like, if you watch this show and you're just thinking, "Dev, what are you talking about? Candace hates her two brothers." I'll say to that, well, you probably haven't seen all of the show, because Candace really does look down sometimes and say, "These are my family, and I need to treat them as such," as we saw in the Phineas and Ferb movie, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest straight-to-TV show movies of all time. So let's look at what I've talked about today. First, we looked at timeless love in Romeo and Juliet. Second, we talked about how love can transcend a nation within Barack and Michelle Obama. And lastly, we talked about sibling love with Phineas and Ferb. And again, if you look at all these examples and think some of them might not be the best, I ask you to look deeper inside of them and really think, what is love to me? Do I say I love you to my friends, to my dogs, to my family, to my dentist? Love can mean so many different things in this world, and it's our job as a society to make sure that everybody has someone to love, or something. So next time, when you're saying goodbye to your friend, or saying goodbye to your parents, and you say, "Alright, bye, I love you," maybe think more about it, because it could potentially send some mixed messages. Thank you.